Moran. I'm the Director of Lay Ministry and Community Outreach here at FUMC. First off, we have good news. It's exciting. Paul and Marie Jungo welcomed a baby girl on Friday, and yeah, good for them. And we have not confirmed word yet, but the baby's name is Blessing. So congratulations to them. Can't wait to meet her. There are many announcements in your bulletin, so please read them at your leisure, and we hope that you will find at least one activity that you'll want to get connected with and come back to church this week. The yellow sheets in the bulletin are our way of trying to connect with you. Please fill those out as completely as you would like, and then those actually go in the collection plate when that time comes. On the back, you can write down any pastoral visit requests that you might have or any prayer requests. Can we all say a big amen that the sun is shining today? Amen. Our community meal trunk or treat is today, and I think if it was raining like it was yesterday, I'd be in my office crying somehow, trying to figure it out. But thanks to everyone who's going to be here tonight, and if you haven't signed up, don't worry about that. Just come tonight, have a good time, and greet some people. Make sure that they feel comfortable and welcome here at First United Methodist. Today, we are still handing out the books for a new generation. This is kind of like the sequel to The Unstuck Church. We're going to be reading that book. We read chapter 1 for an initial discussion on Sunday, November 10th at 4:30. And then we read the whole book for our midwinter retreat, which will happen on Saturday, February 1st. And our guest speaker that day will be Miriam Snyder. So we look forward to this. At this time, our youth will make an announcement about an upcoming event.
Good morning. On November 10th, during the Sunday School Hour, we want to honor current and past military families who have served in the armed forces. All Sunday School members are invited, and if you do not attend Sunday School, we hope you will come early and join us.
We will be hosting a veteran celebration here in the sanctuary at 9 a.m. and we invite our veterans to come and share your stories and memories with us and give us an opportunity to say thank you. You can sign up to be a panelist in Friendship Center.
We also hope that all of you will stop by our table in Friendship Center to look at our veterans memory book and honor tree. You'll have the chance to jot down a question to our panelists to answer on the 10th, and to write a thank you note for both our FUMC veterans and to current servicemen to brighten the day.
We hope to see you all on November 10th. We also want to remind you to join us tonight for Trunk or Treat. The community has been invited, and it will be a great opportunity for us to make connections. Thank you.
Well done. Now, at this time, please stand up and greet all the people in your quadrant. Your goal is to meet everyone that's sitting in your quadrant with the seats there. So meet and greet.
Please stand as you are able for the call to worship. Men and women, old and young, see God's visions, dream God's dreams. People everywhere on earth join creation, shout for joy.
So now let's continue worship and remain standing and sing the Lord, the joy of the Lord. Though the tears they fall, my song will rise to you. Though my heart may fail, my song will rise to you. While there's breath in my lungs, I will praise you, Lord. In the dead of night, I'll lift my eyes to you. When the waters rise, I'll lift my eyes to you. While there's hope in this heart, I will praise you, Lord. The joy of the Lord is my strength. The joy of the Lord is my strength. In the darkness I'll dance, in the shadows I'll sing. The joy of the Lord is my strength. When I see you in my eyes, what paper eyes to you. When I cannot feel your hand in mine, the paper eyes to you. God of mercy and love, I will praise you, Lord. Oh, you shine with glory, Lord of light, I feel alive with you. In your presence now I come alive, I am alive with you. There is strength when I say, I will praise you, Lord. The joy of the Lord is my strength. The joy of the Lord is my strength. In the darkness I'll dance, in the shadows I'll sing. The joy of the Lord is my strength. The joy of the Lord is my strength. The joy of the Lord is my strength. In the darkness I'll dance, in the shadows I'll sing. The joy of the Lord is my strength. When sorrow comes my way, you are the shield around me. Always you remain my courage in the fight. I didn't know my name. Jesus, I am coming, walking on the waves, reaching for your light. The joy of the Lord is my strength. The joy of the Lord is my strength. In the darkness I'll dance, in the shadows I'll sing. The joy of the Lord is my strength.
You may be seated. And please join me in the congregational prayer. God, like a baker woman, you bring the leaven which causes our hopes to rise. With your strong and gentle hands, shape our lives. Warm us with your love. Take our common lives and touch them with your grace, that we may nourish hope among humanity. We pray
name is Julia Malgreen, and I'm the pastor of Champaign First United Methodist Church, and I am delighted that Ruth Moore is going to bring the message this morning. She is going to tell us about the changes that are taking place with Austin's Place, and I'm so glad she gave this message at Faith a few weeks ago, and it seemed like a good idea for you all to know as much as another church across town knew, right? So I'm glad that she's going to bring that message tonight. We're going to have a prayer for her in just a minute. I am having a family weekend this weekend, and so this is my granddaughter, Cameron. So glad she's here. The baby and her parents had a bad night, and they aren't going to make it. But my son Cooper is here, and you haven't met him yet, and his girlfriend Katrina. They're here from Chicago. And my husband's here too. All right. So I brought two of my favorite things. I know, right? So how many of you like to go to bed at night? Yes. Yes. So a pillow and a blanket, and you get stretched out, and it feels so good to lay down. And I say my prayers as I'm lying down and starting to fall asleep. I thank God for a great day, and then I get a good night's rest, and the sun comes up, and you get a whole new day again, right? So yesterday we had plans to go to the apple orchard. How do you think that went? we saw the weather forecast: 100% rain all day, which was accurate. So we're going to go this afternoon instead. But last night we had gone bowling, and we were tired when we got done. Crawled into bed, and I woke up with new energy. It is a wonderful thing to have a safe place to sleep and a warm bed to crawl into and people who love you. And if you put a tooth under your pillow, the tooth fairy might come. So true. You lost a tooth and got money for it? Dude, good deal. So good. So I think that what we're going to do today is we're going to say a prayer of thanks. We're going to say a prayer of thanks for our homes and our beds. And your two front teeth. All right, will you pray with me? Lord God, we give you thanks for pillows and blankets and safe homes and families that love us. We are so grateful for the ways that we have that we know your love and that we know your safety. And this church, we're grateful that it can offer that kind of love and safety to others. I ask your blessing on these children, on Jackson and his two front teeth, as they go through their week, that they would live with grateful hearts for the many blessings that are theirs. I lift up this prayer in Jesus' precious name. Amen.
We want to look at the world through God's eyes so that we can share God's love in the best way possible. Feel free to join in as we sing, Give Me Your Eyes. Sky, it's your see lights,
me a heart for the broken-hearted, ones that are far beyond my reach. Give me a heart for the ones forgotten. Give me an eye so I can see. Yeah, 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 yeah. Step out on the busy street, see a girl in all I see. Does her best to smile at me, to hide what's underneath. There's magic to her eye, black suit and a bright red tie. Too ashamed to tell his wife he's out of work, he's buying back. All those people going somewhere, why have I never there? Give me your eyes for just 1 second, give me your eyes so I can see everything that I need missing. Give me your love for humanity. Give me your arms for the broken-hearted, ones that are far beyond my reach. Give me a heart for the ones forgotten. Give me your eyes so I can see. Yeah, 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 yeah. I've been here a million times, a couple of million eyes, just moving past me by. I swear I never thought that I was wrong. Well, I want a second glance, so give me a second chance to see the way you've seen the people all along. Give me your eyes for just 1 second, give me your eyes so I can see everything that I need missing. Give me your love for humanity. Give me your arms for the broken-hearted, the ones that are far beyond my reach. Give me your heart for the ones forgotten. Give me your eyes so I can see. Give me your eyes for just 1 second. Give me your eyes so I can see everything that I keep missing. Give me your love for humanity. Give me your heart for the broken-hearted, the ones that are far beyond my reach. Give me your heart for the ones forgotten. Give me your eyes so I can see. Yeah, 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 yeah.
What a great song to hear right before this message. Today's scripture comes from the book of James, which is towards the end of the New Testament. James was actually Jesus' brother, and he has kind of a different theology from Paul, who we hear a lot about from all of his letters. Paul always says that you are justified by your faith, not your works. James pretty much flipped that around and said, well, faith is dead without works. So let's hear what James has to say. This is chapter 1, verses 22 through 25. But be doers of the word, and not merely hearers who deceive themselves. For if any are hearers of the word and not doers, they are like those who look at themselves in a mirror. For they look at themselves, and on going away, immediately forget what they were like. But those who look into the perfect law, the law of liberty, and persevere, being not hearers who forget, but doers who act, they will be blessed in their doing. And the second reading is from James chapter 2, verses 14 through 17. What good is it, my brothers and sisters, if you say you have faith, but do not have works? Can faith save you? If a brother or sister is naked and lacks daily food, and one of you says to them, go in peace, keep warm, and eat your fill, and yet you do not supply their bodily needs, what is the good of that? So faith by itself, if it has no works, is dead. This is the word of God for the people of God. Thanks be to God. Amen. So So today I'm here to talk to you about Austin's Place, the emergency overnight shelter for women that is housed right under this sanctuary during the coldest months of the year. I spoke to Faith United Methodist Church about Austin's Place on October 13th, and Julia was kind enough to give me this opportunity to talk to you about our shelter and how you can be involved during this very exciting time. I was first introduced to Austin's Place when I was hired as Director of Lay Ministry in 2016. I became the staff liaison to Austin's Place. At that time, I knew nothing about homelessness, and I am sorry to say I had a very much different opinion of homelessness that comes from a lack of knowledge and understanding. So I am very happy to be here today to share a story that has a very, very special place in my heart. Let's start with a brief history of Austin's Place. In 2007, the city of Champaign put out a call to the churches asking them to host an emergency overnight shelter for women. At that time, the men had a shelter, but not the women. Because of our downtown location, FUMC was the perfect candidate, and the congregation stepped forward and took on this ministry. FUMC has since generously provided space, utilities, and maintenance free of charge. So thank you so much for that commitment to this ministry. Austin's Place is named after Austin Cloyd. Austin was killed during the shootings at Virginia Tech. The Cloyds were members here at FUMC, and everyone remembers Austin as a young woman who had a real heart for service. And Austin's Place is very proud to keep her legacy alive in this way. From the beginning and through 12 seasons, Austin's Place has been an all-volunteer organization. The leaders who spend countless hours organizing and worrying are volunteers. Our current co-leaders, Kim Stanhope and Kelly Kemper, both have full-time jobs and families. But yet, when the phone rings and something's happening at the shelter,